down. Look at that thing bleed. Let's find a place to set her down and then hightail it back to the Bridwin for repairs.
That's it. Excellent.
I hope you have no allergy. This place is filthy.
Look me in the eye! Word came down that the Army just unloaded the first batch of the M42s this morning. I've only seen the specs for these little beauties on paper, so Private Bertram and I snuck down to take an early look. When I heard that the eggheads were designing a man-portable nuke launcher, I thought they were nuts. But they actually got the damn thing to work. And after seeing the real thing sitting right in front of me, I think they could be just enough to tip the balance of this war in our favor. I mean, can you imagine the look on the enemy's face when we get dropped into Anchorage carrying these babies? They won't know what hit them.
Need something from me? The Commonwealth is a very filthy place. For shame. Whoever owns this place should be ashamed.
Ah! What? That? A noise. I should collect samples.
Paladin Dance.
Look at this place. You must hate these mutants as much as I do.
Why do you hate super mutants so much?
They're responsible for the death of a close friend, a Brotherhood knight named Cutler. So when you ask if I hate them, these monstrosities are just another example of man blindly... I've been fighting for years, trying to put a stop to this madness. I've seen what these super mutants do to people. Can you imagine what the synths would do to us if they... It would be Armageddon repeated, and maybe the end of everything that we hold dear. Look, I don't mean to bore you with my...
How could synths bring about our destruction?
If the synths reached the point where they outnumbered mankind,
sure,
they certainly possess the capability to make more of their own kind. So we... And with Institute technology on their side, nothing could... It's a nightmare scenario almost too terrible to contemplate. Anyway, that's enough. What's important here is that you got the job done and secured these warheads. You should head back up to the Prydwen and talk to Maxon. I'm sure he'll want to debrief you as soon as possible. Dismissed.
Outstanding work at Fort Strong, soldier.
It was an honor fighting for the Brotherhood.
I'm glad you feel that way. Because our mission here, in order to bring the Institute to its knees, we need to use them. I try to supply my soldiers with the best. Signal grenades can call a vertibird to your location when you need aerial. Simply throw one to the ground, and the vertibird will hone in on the unique electromagnet. Once you're aboard, use the map on your Pip-Boy to interface with the pilot's navigation system. So he'll be...
Thank you, Elder. I'll make good use of them.
I expect that you will. Now, I'm sure you're aware that Fort Strong was simply the first step towards the liberation. An even greater task lies ahead. By now, I'm sure you've deduced that our arrival in the Commonwealth wasn't coincidental. We're...
Elder Maxon.
By now, I'm sure you've deduced that our arrival in the Commonwealth wasn't coincidental. We're here because of a unique energy reading recorded by Paladin Dance's recon team. According to our scribes, the reading indicated a level of technology that only the Institute could achieve. The moment this information came to light, our mission became clear. The Institute, and everyone responsible for the creation of the synths, must be eliminated at all costs. To accomplish this goal, we need to locate the Institute's headquarters. I've had our scribes meticulously searching the Commonwealth, but they've come up empty-handed. The only logical explanation is that they've gone underground. That's where we need your help.
Well, guess what? This is your lucky day. I have a way inside.
The method is useless without the means to make it work. Perhaps we should pool our resources to achieve our common goal. Now, indulge me for a moment by satisfying my curiosity. Tell me why you're so eager to get into the Institute.
I think they're the ones who kidnapped my son.
The Institute preys on the weak to further their own end. Together, we'll make them pay for their crimes. I'll call ahead and brief Proctor Ingram. Report to the airport, and get to work on your project.
My list of maintenance fixes keeps getting longer and longer.
Elder Maxon said you'd help me build the signal interceptor.
So, looks like you're calling the shots around here now, huh? All right, I'll bite. What does your new miracle device do?
The Institute uses teleportation to get in.
Teleportation? Molecular transmission via encrypted RF waves? Okay, even I have to admit, that's genius. This explains why we've been picking up anomalous energy readings all across the Commonwealth. Not to mention how they get their tin soldiers to come out of the damn... And this little beauty allows you to literally hijack a return signal. Instead of...
Sure. Well, you definitely know your stuff.
Damn right I do. It's difficult to make out all the details here, but I'm thinking you can get started. It's gonna take a cargo hold full of high-grade metal, but I'm sure that we have...
I'm glad you can make sense of those plans.
I haven't made sense of all of it yet, but I will.
Right.
Here's a list of everything you need to find. You're also going to need a massive power source.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever fired a minigun? Shoots through barrels like that? Any luck building the platform yet?
Yes. I'm ready to build the rest of it.
Good. Let's move on then. Here's a list of everything. Now, I know some of that might have...
I'm on it, Proc.
I hope so. Oh, one last thing. It's important that all the components are wired together so all the pieces are on a single... If you need any help, I'll be over... I'd wish you good luck, Knight.
Must talk. You are so very, very distracting. You know this, yes?
You're pretty distracting yourself.
I had a point. A reason. Oh, yes. My control of feelings is worse than before. And you are no help. With your teasing of poor little Curie. But it is not just you. Sometimes a simple compliment. Nice hair. And I am flustered. Confused. Other times, people suggest the strangest and most lurid things. And I am even more confused. Why do people do this?
Because you're so cute when you're confused.
You are not making any of this easier, you? Oh, I must get a handle on this if I am ever to advance my experiments.
We can keep traveling as much as you...
Hey,
You need for you, I have time.
your thoughts?
The FEV virus is a virtual myth.
Right. So, how are we doing, Curie?
It is a true pleasure traveling with you.
Is everything all right between us?
I enjoy it.
Didn't have anything else?
Not a problem. Let us continue our journeys.
Jackson ensured I was well built for travel. His modifications will be adequate for quite some time.
You showed up just in the nick of time. It's over. For now.
Remarkable work, Knight. The signal interceptor appears to be complete. Are you ready to put it to the test?
Thanks to me, yes.
You mean thanks to you and Proctor Ingram. You may have done the field work, but it was her know-how that enabled us to decipher Dr. Virgil's schematics. That being said, this is the first time we've attempted to... When we throw that switch, we don't know exactly what's gonna happen. God willing, you'll end up inside the Institute, and the mission can continue.
Nothing's gonna stop me when I'm so close to the answers I'm looking for.
Eager to get inside, huh? Now, once you've entered the Institute, we expect to lose contact. About 10 years ago, the Brotherhood began recruiting civilian scientists from the capital wasteland to us. During this process, we were able to obtain the services of Dr. Madison Lee.
A nuclear engineer. Interesting.
Securing useful resources during wartime. That said, Dr. Lee's after some time, she developed differences with the Brotherhood. And we're fairly certain that her intent was to make contact with the Institute.
I'm surprised that the Brotherhood let her go.
Had I been in command, I wouldn't have allowed it to happen. Your mission is simple. Once you're inside the Institute, we want you to track them. If you find out that she's still alive, make contact with her. There's a special project we're working on.
What's this project that needs her attention?
Dr. Lee previously worked on a potent weapon for the Brotherhood of Steel. We'd like her to continue where she left off.
Sure.
Listen to me, Knight. I'm well aware that you're risking your life going into the Institute blind. Just keep your mind on the mission. And don't let anything they say sway you from your duty. Good luck.
Checked and rechecked everything. I think the signal interceptor's ready to go. Are you?
Let's do this.
All right. Head up onto the platform and we'll see if I can find a signal to lock onto. The device doesn't work from over there. You have to be on the platform. Let's see. Relays dialed in. Beam emitters warmed up. Everything looks green. Let me start scanning for the signal. Cross your fingers. I'm inputting the code now. Wow, there's a heck of a lot of interference and ghosting. It's gonna take a minute or two to lock in. By the way, this little trip you're taking is a heck of an opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. I put a clever little program on this holotape that'll scan their network and download anything it finds. If you place it in any terminal down there, it'll do the rest. Bring it back to me and I'll see if I can make sense of whatever it found. Well, looks like we have a winner. RF wave capture complete. Ramping the emitter. 60%, 80%. Emitter spiking but steady. All that's left is to throw the transmit switch. Transmitting in 3, 2, 1. Stay safe, soldier.
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I am known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Oh my god. It's really you.
Who are you?
Sean.
Father, what's
It's
going
me.
on? What's happening?
I'm your dad. We're leaving this place. Together. Okay, Sean?
What's going on? Father? Father!
Sean, open the door.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Who is Father? Where is he?
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Give me Sean. The real Sean. Right now!
I know. I know. You've gone to such lengths to find him.
I'll make this very simple. Where is my son?
He's here, in the Institute. Closer than you think. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
bullshit.
Is it? After all the things you've seen and experienced in the Commonwealth? Think about it. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your... But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10? And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
They stole you, kidnapped you. Wasn't right.
Right, wrong, irrelevant. It was necessary. The Institute believed humanity's future depended on it. At that time, the year 2227, the scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them, so they followed the best example thus far. The human being walking.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens.
In a manner of speaking. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. Plenty of that was available, of course, even in their attempts to shield themselves. But then the Institute found me. After discovering records from Vault 111, I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that I am their father. Through science, we are family.
Sean. It's really you.
It really is. I know you must have questions.
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future. No matter...
Sure. They need your help, Sean. It's rough up there, to say the least.
Oh, we've tried that. Surprised? The Institute once tried to help create a stable... No. We look after our own now. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Just give me... What else can I say to ease your mind?
Kellogg. He worked...
Kellogg. He was... It wasn't until I became director that I learned...
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keep... The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's viciousness. Institute technology prolonged his life, and he never failed the Institute. But his cruelty became more apparent. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Your mother.
Yes. I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had... Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best to... For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. I know there's more for us. The Institute is on the verge of some important... I've been a part of something amazing. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity.
Yes, that's what I want.
I know. I know you've been through so much. Forgive me. I'd assume that after everything I'm sure you've seen above ground, there is much to be done. You'll need time to acclimate yourself.
I'll do whatever it takes.
I am glad to hear that.
Sure.
The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some... You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facility. And finally, Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
Doc.
Oh,
They weren't kidding.
I don't know.
You really are here.
Most of them have lasted
Well, all
long
right.
past their projected
I'm
lifespans.
Allie
If
Philbin.
you ask me,
You can think of
they
me
were
as the
built pretty
Institute's
well.
chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much. I think, if you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you?
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the crew. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facility. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least so. Now that you're here and you've spoken to...
Absolutely.
Oh, good to hear. It'll be a load off Sean's mind. Take your time. Get yourself acquainted. There's a lot to take in. Plenty of things you won't find. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the facilities division...
I'm good for now. Thanks.
Goodbye, then. Oh, I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full
Hey.
Gen 3.
Greetings. As the Institute's requisition vendor, I can provide supplies for your missions on the surface. How may I assist you today?
Sure. Let's take a look.
We're all looking forward to working with you.
You're here. Glad you made it.
You had time to examine my latest reports on batch 274.
Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's plans to expand our operations at Warwick. He's eager to get that going, so I've had to put everything else to one side.
I wonder how the Warwick family is doing. Young Wally must be close to 10 years old by now. It's remarkable that any child can survive for so long up there, don't you think?
I try not to think too much about it. We have more than enough to occupy ourselves here. And those people are the last remnants of a dying past. It's best...
Hey, Doc.
They're still
Welcome.
people, and they're
so
suffering.
good to have you here. Dr.
We can
Clayton
at least
Holden,
admit that it's
head of the
regrettable.
Bioscience Division.
After all,
I can't wait
how
for
can
you
we
to see
hope
the
to
work we're doing.
redefine mankind
It's
if we
truly
can't even
amazing.
hold on to our own humanity?
I look forward to learning more about it.
In that case, let me give you a brief overview.
Uh-huh.
As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of... Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized... We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animals.
Uh-huh.
You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point.
Uh-huh. Seems like there's nothing you guys can't do.
With hard work and ingenuity, I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is.
Sure. I'm not sure how well I'll fit in, but I'd like to give it a try.
Great. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around.
I'm good for now. Thanks.
Take care, then.
Is it true Food Supplement 77 has been discontinued?
That is correct.
That was my favorite one.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Excuse me, Dr. Lee?
Oh, it's you. You're not authorized to be here.
I wasn't aware that I needed authorization.
Father may have given you the keys to the castle, but this is still my laboratory. If you plan to stay down here with us, you need to learn how things work.
Easy. I just want to talk.
About what? You're obviously here for a reason, and you've already...
Uh-huh. You're the scientist. Why do you think I'm here?
Well, a Brotherhood of Steel airship arrives in the Commonwealth. You find a way to intercept our I knew it was just a matter of time before you're... I've been looking over my shoulder for almost a decade.
Right. No, I just want to talk.
Fine. Since Father trusts... I might not agree with everything he says, but I know... Say what you came here to say, and then leave me alone.
Are you happy here?
You'd think, being surrounded by cutting-edge laboratory equipment and some of the great... Only problem is the lack of transparency. What does that have to do with why we're...
Sure.
Where are you... You going? I thought you wanted to talk.
Dr. Lee.
Oh, it's you. You're not authorized to be here.
Actually, I was looking for you.
Me? Why?
Let's just say that you've regained the attention of a certain...
Stop beating around the bush. I knew it was just a matter of... I've been looking over...
I'm only here with good intentions.
You're giving me your word. I might not agree with it. Say what you came here to...
The Brotherhood needs your help, Doctor.
Needs my help. They seem to have everything under control when I...
The Brotherhood valued your presence.
Well, how sweet of... Tell me something.
Right.
Why would I possibly want... What reason would I...
I was just told to get you to come back.
The Brotherhood wants me back. Sorry, but you're going to have...
Father trusts me, and so should you.
He trusts you because you're family. I'm not.
The Brotherhood has always been straight with you.
I am getting a bit tired of all the secrets around here. Sometimes I feel like Father isn't being straight with me. But still, how can I...
Your work could be instrumental in freeing the Commonwealth.
You really know how to push my buttons. You know, I never understood why the Institute was... All those innocent people up there... dying. Yet we hide down here and insulate ourselves. It's not right. I'll make my way back to the Brotherhood. But I'm going to have to do it on my own. Tell whoever sent you that they've just regained the services. Now, for the sake of keeping up appearances, I've been told to install a Courser chip in it for you. Father, you're to be given full access, with the ability to...
Thank you. I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the... In case the significance is lost on... If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount... Speaking of, I trust our discussion...
Greetings, sir.
When are you going to tell me about this mysterious Phase 3?
No, I can't talk about it.
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can tell him that I intend to speak to Father about these unannounced security sweeps of yours. Ransacking my quarters in the middle of the night is totally unacceptable.
I'll pass along your message, Doctor.
See that you do. People on the surface have got it pretty bad. Makes me thankful for being down here.
Welcome to the Institute, sir.
Scanning unknown identity. Clearance confirmed.
Seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to knock some heads
Everyone's
together.
excited about the new synth project.
They're dragging their feet on the targeting package.
It's an honor to meet you, sir.
Maybe I should take some courses with me. Send a message.
Please don't. There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see. If the robotics division was a little more careful, we wouldn't have synths trying to escape.
The Directorate should take the synth escapes more seriously.
Doctor.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, I'm sure you understand.
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. The first outsider to be allowed out.
Sure.
It's nothing personal. Now, Father has asked that I provide our primary responsibility.
Uh-huh. I'm sure it's best for everyone if the synths remain here.
Certainly. We can't allow sophisticated Institute technology. The results could be disastrous. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synth. They are highly self-sufficient. But I gather you know all this, since you've... In fact...
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for...
Right.
I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back.
I'd like to know more about the synth reclamation.
Fine. Once a Courser, we then begin. In those cases where the procedure is successful, the synth returns to duty with no memory of its time on the surface. All too often...
Pardon me, sir.
Justin.
Yes, what is it?
Nothing to report, sir.
so much.
Heads up.
Trade is good.